back to back. Yeah, going back to back. I got the drink in me going back to back. Yeah, I'm going back to back. All
right, what's the deal, YouTube? What's the deal, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So I've been getting quite a few requests for me to do this video. And the reason why I did not do this video earlier is because when that game came on and the game ended, I was actually at work. So I was at work when that game finished. And honestly, I like to do my reviews as soon as the game ends. I really don't like putting them up late because by that time it's 50 to 100 people have already done a review of that particular game. So like I like to do the review as soon as it ends so that when the algorithm is picking up on YouTube, it's able to push my video to the top and it brings new people to watch the videos. But I also have to understand that I have people who are subscribed to me that's gonna fuck with my videos regardless if they're up late. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk not only about this game. You know what? I might make that a separate video because I have a couple things that I want to touch on. So I'll probably, once I finish with this video, I got to be out of here at 11:45 to head off to work. So I'm gonna try to knock these videos out quickly, so I can get everything I want to say. So let's start off with the Dolphins versus the Bills game. I did not get to see the entire game until after. I actually was able to go back and listen. Actually, I listened to the entire game while I was at work, but I didn't see the entire game until after I got off and was able to watch it. So the Dolphins win this game 28 to 25. Let's go through the stats first, and then we'll go through everything else. Tyrod Taylor ended up with 14 for 28, 221 yards and a touchdown. We kept all of their running backs under 100 yards, every single running back. In fact, LaShawn McCoy had 8 carries for only 11 yards, and his long was a 4-yard rush. Tyrod Taylor ended up leading the Buffalo Bills in rushing. He had 7 attempts for 35 yards. Marquise Goodwin led them in receiving, 4 receptions, 93 yards, 1 touchdown, including that long one that he caught over Michael Thomas for a 67-yard touchdown. On our side, Ryan Tannehill completed 15 for 25 for 204 yards and a touchdown. Ajayi once again led the way for us, rushing the ball 28 times, having 214 yards with a long of 53. Damian Williams came in and had a very, very impressive carry. He rushed 4 times for 16 yards and a touchdown. That includes that touchdown where he carried like 3 or 4 people. Ryan Tannehill carried 6 times for 21 yards. And we were led by Kenny Stills in receptions and yards, 5 receptions, 100 yards, 1 touchdown, including a 66-yard reception where he beat double coverage, came back for the ball, and went into the end zone. A beautiful pass behind the receiver, allowing him to come back, catch the ball, and then get out of there. Absolutely great hookup. Now, the things that jump off the page for me in this game, one, we were able to stop the run. We were able to stop the run of the Buffalo Bills. Now, I don't know where to contribute that to. I don't know if we contribute that solely to our defensive line, or if we contribute that to the fact that LaShawn McCoy was hurt, was banged up. Whatever the case may be, we were able to keep every single running back that they had under 100 yards, and even collectively, they still didn't rush for 100 yards. So that's a great thing. We basically made this team one-dimensional and made them rely more on Tyrod Taylor. And even Tyrod Taylor didn't go over 300 yards passing. He completed about half of his pass. He completed spot on half of his passes, 14 for 28, and only one touchdown. So the only big play that we really, really gave up was the Marquise Goodwin play. And that was the 67-yard touchdown. On the other side of the ball for us on offense, we saw the formula continue to work. It continues to work. We saw it last year, and we continue to see it this year. Ryan Tannehill, no turnovers. Was he even sacked in this game again? Yeah. Lorenzo Alexander got one sack. So in 2 games, Ryan Tannehill has been sacked 1 time. So that's phenomenal protection for him. But not only protection for him, the run game. I feel like when we are able to run the ball, this quarterback plays significantly better than if it was just him backing up and throwing the ball 45 times. I hope Adam Gase is able to see that. But Shady was kind of injured, though. O-line way better. Definitely helps our running backs when there's actually a hole. Absolutely. Now, there is, of course, I'm a nitpicker. I'm going to look at some of the things that that I say that we can improve. Definitely our penalties, stupid penalties. We got to cut those stupid penalties out, because those stupid penalties can end up causing us some of the games. I mean, end of the game, Buffalo ended up getting, an onside kick at the end of the game because of stupid penalties. We have to make sure that we cut those stupid ass penalties out. They have to go away. Those little mental lapses have to go away from us. Another thing, to me, it is the difference between being a good quarterback and being a great quarterback. To me, the best quarterbacks I've ever seen in my life throw the ball with anticipation. When I see a receiver coming out of his break and then having to stop and wait for the ball, that tells me that this quarterback is not throwing the ball with anticipation. I hope Adam Gase is seeing that. I hope he's looking at that and saying, okay, we're getting better protection. We're able to run the ball. If this is the called route, I want the ball out of your hands as the receiver is coming out of his break, so that the receiver isn't having to stop, wait for a ball, catch the ball, and then come. That's some of the things that I want to see my quarterback continue to improve. Continue to use his footwork in the pocket. I thought his footwork in the pocket looked 100 times better in these last 2 games. I think he's getting better with that footwork in the pocket. I still feel like he's going to have to learn how to feel his way in the pocket. But that's going to come over time, right? That's some stuff that he can continue to learn. But just feeling his way around in the pocket and throwing the ball with anticipation. If it's a 10-yard slant or a quick slant, I want the ball out of his hands before the receiver comes out of the break. That's something that the great ones do. The great ones throw the ball with anticipation, whether it was Elway or Brady or Manning. You'll see the receiver coming out of the break and the ball is already in the air. You know what I mean? Throwing that beautiful back shoulder. You got to throw that stuff with anticipation. And he's had these receivers long enough to be able to build that type of chemistry, especially with Jarvis Landry. You know what I mean? I don't want to see Jarvis Landry standing there and the ball's in the air. No. When he comes out of that break, the ball should already be in the air. You know the route. You know the playbook. Throw that ball so that the receiver can make that turn. Ball's in the air. He catches the ball. The ball is hitting him in the hands as soon as he comes out of that break. Boom. You know what I mean? But other than that, man, a big win. Big divisional win. Big divisional win. What are we? 1-1 in our division right now. The next game we have is another divisional foe. We're going up against the New York Jets. I don't. You know what's funny? I don't think the Jets are gonna play jump ball with us. You know how they were playing jump ball with us last season because we had Brent Grimes? And I'm not, this is not a shot at Brent Grimes, but if you look at our cornerbacks right now, those guys are 6'3", both of them. I don't think they want to play jump ball with us. Not with the corners we have right now. They're going to have to beat us with route running and things of that nature. They can't beat us with jump balls anymore. I don't think you want to just throw the ball up and tell Brandon Marshall to go get it if I got Tony Lippett right there, or if I got even Byron Maxwell right there. You're not going to play jump ball with the corners we got right now, which is a good thing. Not that I don't like Brent Grimes, but he's a shorter cornerback. So we should be able to defend that type of stuff better. So for next year, which position should we pick in the first round? For next year in the first round, if we can, I would like to see us go linebacker. I still think we have issues at linebacker. If you think about it, either linebacker or some more pass rush, like a replacement for Cameron Wake would be good. But I think linebacker should be our number one option. If we find if we find a guy like a Laramie Tunsil to continue building the offensive line, I don't see how we go away from it. But I feel like linebacker is a position that, if you think about it, we haven't really drafted a guy who's made a big impact in a very long time. We've been signing free agents and play. I mean, we signed Carlos Dansby and all of those guys, but we haven't really drafted an impact linebacker in a while. It's been a very long while since we've had a great middle linebacker. When's the last time we had a great middle linebacker? Zach Thomas? So yeah, we need one of those guys. We need a great linebacker. So I think that should be the thing that we focus on. I think this young secondary is going to come around. I can fully see Tony Lippett, even Byron Maxwell. Then when we get the other guy back, he's our second round pick from this year. You know what though? I was watching the Jacksonville Jaguar game last night, and there was a guy that they drafted in the third round, a defensive end who they had a second round grade on. That we could have had that guy, and instead we decided to take Cairo, which I don't understand because he's not even seeing the field. Maybe that's a pick for the future, but come on, this is a right now league. So Kiko is not a good middle linebacker. I you know what? I like what Kiko Alonso has done so far. I think we need to continue adding to it. Now, Kiko Alonso's thing with me is his health. He's got to stay healthy. He's been playing deep. I mean, the first few games, his tackling was horrible. It was horrendous. But I mean, after that, yeah, we've been playing. Look at the corners we have right now. They're all young. Every single last one of them. Tony Lippett is going to grow into that position. You can see it. He's getting better and better every single week. As many weeks as we leave him out there, Tony Lippett is going to become a good corner. And he's big. He's a big corner, 6'3". That's exactly what you need. He's got ball skills. I think he's going to be very much better. And then you have Howard, who's hurt right now, but hopefully he's going to come back. Then you've got Maxwell, and then we signed that guy Benny Barinki, whatever the hell his name is, from the Panthers. So we've got the corners. I feel like our corner problems are starting. Now, Maxwell gets burnt too much for me. He was also in that damn that play to that wide receiver for the Bills. So I don't know if you continue to have him with that high cap number he has, as bad as he is sometimes. But the week before that, he shut down Antonio Brown, and he played fantastic. He played fantastic football versus Antonio Brown. So he has his good weeks. He has his bad weeks. We need more good than bad. Also, before I finish this video, let me say this real quick. Kenny Stills has played like the best receiver on this team so far. Straight up. He has. Kenny Stills has looked and played like the best receiver on this football team. All right. So for some reason I was logged out of my account. I don't know how that happened. But yeah, as I was saying, man, Kenny Stills has looked and played like the best freaking receiver on this football team. He has, like, every single game that we played so far. If you realize it, Kenny Stills burnt the Seattle defense for a 72-yard touchdown. He dropped that pass. There was another game, I forget. Let me go back here, where Kenny Stills burnt that secondary, absolutely roasted him. Last game, he burns for a 66-yard touchdown. And not only is he beating people, he's beating people for big plays. Kenny Stills has played like one hell. And the problem for defenses is this right here. We are running the ball, right? And we're running it very effective. So you're going to have to crowd the box, right? You're going to have to crowd the box to stop us. When you crowd the box to stop us, it's going to leave one-on-one coverage with Jarvis Landry and with Devontae Parker. Now, you're going to end up putting your third cornerback on Kenny Stills. That's not a good matchup most of the time, unless you are the Denver Broncos where you have Roby, because most people don't have three good corners. Most people only have one good corner. But you ended up putting your third cornerback on Kenny Stills. You're crowding the box because you're scared as shit of our running game right now. We've got two good receivers outside with Devontae Parker and Jarvis Landry, so you're worried about them. And Kenny Stills is sitting there with one-on-one coverage. I'm telling you, if you go back to my video, go back to it. Go back to my video before the season started. I said that this offense could be the best offense in football. Now, we stumbled out the gate, but we're finding our footing now. And the shit is starting to really make me excited. Now, I've got one more video that I'm going to make after this video. I got like an hour before I got to get the hell out of here and get on the road. But yeah, that is my recap video for the Dolphins versus the Bills. I have one more video that I'm about to go live on. We'll retitle that video and we'll jump right in. Anyway, let me know how you feel about this. Dolphins were 3-4. We've got a bye week this week. Next week, we play the New York Jets, who have been going back and forth between Geno Smith and Ryan Fitzpatrick. They're not going to be able to play jump ball with us. I have heard nothing about – I don't watch the Jets, but I've heard nothing about their running game. Their defense, their secondary has been shitty all year. I feel like this could be another victory, but we've got to go out there. That's why I'm going to talk about my keys in the next video. Anyway, I'll be right back. We're going to go back live, and we'll talk about that video. I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.